Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us now start the program with the main affairs of the day. Jomla, which produced 12,000 metric tons of apples last year, is expected to see a 50% decline in production this year. There is a shortage of chemical fertilizers used by farmers in Parbat. In Tanau, the number of registered industries in agriculture and forestry has been increasing recently. And much more. Let us continue the program with the affairs in Jomla apples. The apples from Jomla are very famous in Nepal. They are supposed to have strong aroma and strong sweetness. In the Himalayan districts of Nepal, like Jomla, the cultivation of other crops is not very good. The land is too hard and cold. After the people discovered that apples grow well in the cold, the cultivation of apples became the main income of the people with which they could purchase other grains, since they cannot grow other grains in the land. This year, the farmers are worried that their apple production will decline by half due to various reasons. This means that less apples, no grains for food security. Jomla, which produced 12,000 metric tons of apples last year, is expected to see a 50% decline in production this year. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Jomla, which produced 12,000 metric tons of apples last year, is expected to see a 50% decline in production this year. Production is expected to decline this year due to the low apple yields. Farmers are worried about how to raise their families when the apples do not bear fruit even after working all year round. According to the Agriculture Development Office Jomla, 16,000 households in the district have been cultivating apples. The land where the apples are grown, other crops cannot be cultivated. This time, the farmer has neither apples nor food grains. Farmers are even more worried after hail, drought, and black frost destroyed the apples. According to the Agriculture Development Office Jomla, hail and black frost are expected to reduce production by 50% this year out of the 340 million rupees earned from apples in the district last year. Even though apple insurance started 5 years ago, only 1,247 people in the district have taken out apple insurance, according to Jomla branch of Sikhar Insurance Company.
After the news report on apples, let us now talk about the affairs in animal husbandry. The animal husbandry started with goats among human beings. Animals like cows, buffaloes, sheep, etc. are very beneficial for people. Milk, meat, fur, skin, and manure are used for the benefits of human beings. In Nepal, it is no different. The Nepali farmers are very happy that their animals are giving them good returns. This is a positive news, as we have another news that talks about the lumpy skin disease, which is expected to reduce 80% of milk production in the eastern districts of Nepal. Farmers of Baglung and Tarakola village have brought in crores of rupees annually from livestock business. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Farmers of Baglung and Tarakola villages have brought in crores of rupees annually from livestock business. According to the village municipality, 2,24,43,000 rupees have been earned from animal husbandry in the last fiscal year. The income is expected to increase further this year due to the increase in commercial animal farming. The village municipality is self-sufficient in buffalo, goat, sheep, and potato. Last year, 92,45,660 rupees had been earned from the sale of buffalo calf and buffalo bull. Similarly, the livestock department of the village municipality has stated that the income from goat rearing is 72,51,659 rupees. More than 4,95,400 was earned from the sales of cows and bull. There are more than 2,500 buffaloes, more than 271 buffalo bulls, 1,000 2,900 cows, more than 7,000 goats, 340 sheep, 12,000 chickens, and 142 pigs. A total of 52,60,460 rupees have been earned from goats alone. 9,70,650 rupees income has been earned from poultry farming from the layer chicken. Broiler chickens have earned 2,28,450 rupees. Similarly, fish worth 1.8 million rupees have been earned. Entrepreneurs are also farming rainbow trout fish. The village municipality has also brought incentive programs including grants and training to attract farmers towards commercial production. After the news report on profit made through animal husbandry, let us see into the news report on lumpy skin disease. It looks like the lumpy skin disease is fast spreading in the eastern districts of Nepal. The concerned department is not paying any attention to this problem. The milk is expected to be reduced by 80% in the animals. This means a serious loss for the farmers and the country. This disease has been spreading from African countries into Asian countries. If the concerned department in the country does not take this seriously, we might be importing milk into the country from foreign countries. Lumpy skin disease virus seen in animals has been seen to take the form of epidemic. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Lumpy skin disease virus seen in the animals has been seen to take the form of epidemic. This is the first case of the disease in Nepal. The concerned ministry and the veterinary service department have not shown much interest in the disease, which is seen in the eastern district, due to which this disease is showing signs of becoming epidemic. If the concerned bodies do not pay attention to this, the dairy business, which is gradually moving towards self-reliance, is sure to be affected. This disease destroys 80% of the milk of animals. However, the government has made no effort to prevent it. After the symptoms similar to lumpy skin disease appeared in some cows of Morang district in Asar 2077 BS, the Department of Veterinary Services collected samples and tested them with real-time PCR method, and it was confirmed that the cows had lumpy skin disease. After the news report on lumpy skin disease, let us now talk about the affairs in Sangja. The world contains more than 1 billion people with some kind of disability. This is 15% of the world with some kind of disability. Around 110 to 190 million people in the world have severe disabilities. These people are given skills by the governments around the world to support life. In Nepal too, the government gives special help to these people and trains them to survive in this life. The disability of the human beings is a challenge for compassion from above. We are supposed to be kind enough to make space for these people. This looks into our hearts and defines our character. Mohan Bhandari of Sangja Golyang Municipality 3, who has been producing and selling incense for 14 years, is also busy during the lockdown. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Mohan Bhandari of Sangja Golyang Municipality 3, who has been producing and selling incense for 14 years, is also busy during the lockdown. Although the lockdown has brought the market to a standstill, he seems to be busy producing agarbatti. Mohan Bhandari of Barandanda, Golyang Municipality 3 of Sangja, has been making candles and incense sticks at home, even though the government has been providing various skills training to people with different abilities. Bhandari said that his family of 6 has been supported by incense and candles for the last 14 years. If the body would provide vocational training to people with different abilities, the business would go further.
मोमबत्ती गर्न लाग्यो 14 वर्ष भयो लगभग मैले चाहिँ यो कामबाट मेरो घरमा 6 जना परिवार छन् मैले यही कामबाट 6 जनाको परिवार पालेको छु यो लोड सेडिङ हटेपछि चाहिँ मोमबत्ती फेरि धेरै नचलेपछि अहिले अगरबत्तीको प्याकेजिङ पनि अगरबत्ती प्याकिङ पनि गर्ने गरेको छु। यसले गर्दाखेरि मलाई परिवार पाल्नलाई सहज भएको छ। नगरपालिकाको वार्डबाट महेश दाइले 50,000 रुपियाँ अहिले हालिदिनु भएको थियो। नत्र अन्तबाट त्यस्तो खासै सहयोग भनेर मैले पाएको छैन अहिलेसम्म।
Bhandari, who has received 50,000 rupees assistance from the ward office, is also expecting assistance from the local municipality. Bhandari, who had been bedridden for a few years after the tractor accident left his body unable to move below the waist, says that after making candles and incense sticks, he will be able to earn income and use his time wisely. The demand in the market right now is very good. His sister carries the produce to the market in different places. The wave of young people returning home has increased when the world has come to a standstill. But even many young people like Bhandari, who are constantly making a living in the country, would not be in the position to stare at foreigners if they were to work diligently in the country.
After the news report, let us now take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now look into the affairs in Parbat district. There is shortage of fertilizer in Parbat district. We have been singing the song of organically produced food. However, the demand in food is ever increasing as the mouth to feed the world looks to be almost 8 billion. The farmers are forced to use chemical fertilizer and pesticides. Right now, the farmers are saying that the paddy is yellowing due to lack of fertilizer. The unhealthy plants are sure to produce less. There is a shortage of chemical fertilizer used by farmers in Parbat. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
There is a shortage of chemical fertilizer used by farmers in Parbat. Farmers who got chemical fertilizer through cooperatives while sowing maize have not been able to add fertilizer in paddy and millet crops. Farmers have complained that the plants started turning yellow and dying due to non-application of urea fertilizer on the planted paddy. Farmers are worried about crop failure due to non-application of manure on paddy. The Agriculture Materials Center, which has been providing manure for Parbat and Baglung, has said that it is not sure when the urea will arrive. At this time, it is time to weed and add urea in paddy. Due to lack of manure in the district, some people have even bought and scattered it from the Indian border checkpoints. However, now it is not easy to bring manure from the Indian market as the checkpoints have been tightened and reclosed. According to the Agriculture Material Center Parbat, there is an acute shortage of manure due to the long time lockdown.
After the news report, let us now talk about the affairs in new appointment. The politicians are also aware that agriculture fills the gap for non-employment. This new vice president of the Self-Employment Fund is promising to make employment for the youths. As the world faces the corona pandemic, the youths of Nepal are too afraid to go to foreign countries. This is seen as opportunity for Nepal to try new employment schemes. A lot of the youths in the country are turning to agriculture as they realize that food does not come from the sky in this modern age. Newly appointed Self-Employment Fund Vice Chairperson Roka says it is important to give priority to agriculture programs. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Newly appointed Self-Employment Fund Vice President Roka says it is important to give priority to agriculture program. Newly appointed Vice President of the Youth and Small Entrepreneurs Self-Employment Fund, Dr. Devraj Roka, has said that programs to attract the youth in agriculture will be given priority. Taking charge at his office in Anamnagar, Kathmandu on Wednesday, Roka said he would give priority to agriculture employment. He said that thousands of talented youths have returned home due to corona and it should be turned into an opportunity for the country. He said that it was a challenge that there is a reduction of employment from services and industry. He added that he would look for opportunities face in the midst of challenges. Stating that self-employment is the main task for Nepali youth, Vice President Roka said that they will move ahead by coordinating with other organizations.
मैले चाहिँ अलिकति प्राथमिकताको हिसाबमा कृषिलाई राख्ने कुरा गरेको छु। हिजो अब कृषि क्षेत्रका मान्छेहरू चाहिँ अरू क्षेत्रमा ल्याउँदाखेरि हामीले विकास भनेर भन्यौँ हैन। खास गरी अब हामी कृषिमा थियौँ, अब सेवामा आयौँ, उद्योगमा काम गर्यौँ भनेदेखि चाहिँ डेभलपमेन्ट हुन्छ, विकास हुन्छ भनेर हाम्रो योजना नीति कार्यक्रमहरू पनि त्यसरी गए। तर अब यो कोभिड-19ले चाहिँ के गरेको छ भन्दाखेरि त्यो विकासको सन्दर्भलाई पनि फेरि ल्याएको छ र हामीले सेल्फ रिलायन्स इकोनोमी भने यो आत्मनिर्भर अर्थतन्त्रलाई चाहिँ प्रमोट गर्नुपर्ने स्थिति छ। त्यो भनेको हाम्रो कृषि क्षेत्र हो हैन। र त्यो कृषि क्षेत्रमा जानको लागि कम्तीमा अब युवाहरूलाई मोटिभेसन आवश्यक छ। त्यसैले हामीले अब लगानीको मात्रै कुरा हैन, मोटिभेसनल प्रोग्रामहरू, त्यो प्रवर्धनात्मक भन्छ नि, त्यो कन्भिन्सिङ खालका प्रोग्रामहरू पनि हामीले चाहिँ अलिकति जेनेरेट गर्नुपर्ने स्थिति छ।
Vice President Roka was welcomed by the staff at the office. A cabinet meeting held on Monday had appointed Roka, who hails from Khotang, as the vice chairman of the fund for 4 years.
After the news report on Self-Employment Fund, let us now look at the affairs of success in agriculture. Agriculture business is very difficult. The farmers have to work very hard, and the climate and pests give them great challenge. If the crops survive, the market is uncertain. Yet, these great people keep producing for the sophisticated world. We should be very proud of the hearts of these human beings who do not think of the effect of whether they have to suffer in order to feed the world. The Nepali youths are finding this occupation rewarding despite the hardship. Some people are successful in earning good income through agriculture. Indeed, the income through agriculture is very honest. There are many examples of people who have gone abroad to earn money and have done business in Nepal. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
There are many examples of people who have gone abroad to earn money and have done business in Nepal. Similarly, a young man from Sinduli has also managed to earn a decent income from commercial farming in the village. Gopal Bahadur Baral of Sinduli was lost to the Gulf countries 4 years ago to earn money. Deserted place, hot sun, and enduring people's demand for 3 years, he wanted to come home. He was haunted by the memory of the village flashing in his mind while in the hot sun of desolated place. After 3 years, Gopal returned to the village. In return to the village, all the friends welcomed the arrival of foreign Laure. He was feeling lonely while abroad. He forgot all the pain when he got so much love from his friends. Promising never to go abroad, he returned to Nepal with the will to do something. We can say that Gopal has now become a very hard-working farmer in the village. Gopal says with a smile, "I love Nepal."
विगत 2 वर्ष यतादेखि यो तरकारी खेतीमा लागिरहेको छु। पहिला अब म भन्दा अगाडि मेरो बुवा मम्मीले तरकारी खेती गर्नुहुन्थ्यो। अब यसलाई चाहिँ मैले अलिकति आधुनिक तरिकाले अब व्यावसायिक तरिकाले यसलाई आधुनिक तरिकाले गर्ने योजनाको साथ अगाडि बढिरहेको छु। अहिले यहाँ मैले लगभग 10 रोपनी जति अब कट्ठामा भन्दाखेरि 15-16 कट्ठा जतिमा चाहिँ मैले अब सुरु गरिरहेको छु अहिले।
Gopal's parents, who initially sent their son abroad to earn money, now work hard in the vegetable garden with Gopal. He has leased 10 ropanis of land and is now growing non-seasonal vegetables. In his vegetable garden, cauliflower, cabbage, watercress, bean, string beans, squash, and cucumber are found. Gopal works day and night in his own vegetable garden, remembering the pain he suffered abroad. Gopal often takes training on how to plant and grow vegetables from the YouTube. Tired of working all day, he enjoys watching various agriculture-related materials through internet in the evening. He uses YouTube to find out what kind of pesticides are used in the vegetables. It has been almost 3 years since Gopal of Sinduli Kamalamai municipality returned home and started commercial vegetable farming. Gopal is now well acquainted with the vegetables. In the beginning, no one believed that Gopal could make a living by cultivating vegetables in this way. Now he is not just a farmer. He has even been able to give loans to those who have come to the village with problems. So he's proud of his profession.
कृषिमा अब गाह्रो त अब गाह्रै छ सजिलो यसलाई सजिलोको रूपमा त लिनु हुँदैन गाह्रो हुन्छ हरेक क्षेत्रमा गाह्रो भइहाल्छ त्यस्तै यसमा पनि गाह्रो छ हैन गाह्रो भए पनि अब अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ अब विभिन्न अब रोग किराको प्रकोपदेखि लिएर अन्य विभिन्न कुराहरुको गाह्रो त छँदैछ हैन त्यसलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्न अब कन्ट्रोल पनि गर्न सकिन्छ जस सहयोग त अब सहयोग भन्नाले त्यस्तो ठुलो खासै सहयोग त अब बिस्तारै बिस्तारै अब सहयोग हुँदै जाला अब नगरपालिकाले पनि अब विभिन्न टनेलहरु यस्तो नर्सरीहरु यस्तो वितरण गर्दै आइरहनु भएको छ अब थोरै सहयोग हुँदा बिउ बिजन पनि अब नगरपालिकाले अब लगभग वितरण गरिरहनु भएको छ सहयोग भइरहेछ नगरपालिकाबाट
It is not that Gopal has not approached the Agriculture Department office for government grants. After hearing that the government will give the grant, he went to submit the application. But even after 2 years of receiving the application, the government has not given anything. So I do what I do by myself, says Gopal. He said that at least the government should guarantee the market for the vegetables produced by the farmers.
After the news report on success in farming, let us now talk about the forestry industry. In Nepal, the forests are growing as people are understanding the importance of forests for the health of the people. The forestry industry is also growing in different parts of Nepal. Forests can be dynamic use for humans. The fruit forests and herb forests can do double work for the benefit of human beings. As the population increases, the land for settlement and food decreases. The government has to think of managing the population to give quality life to the citizens. Our earth is not growing. We have to make do with what we have. Agroforestry is the future of the earth as many people see it. In Tano, the number of registered industries in agriculture and forestry has been increasing recently. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
In Tano, the number of registered industries in agriculture and forestry has been increasing recently. The industrialists and businessmen are optimistic that the slogan "A Prosperous Nepal, Happy Nepali" set by government will be fulfilled as the investment in the industrial sector, which is the backbone of the country's economic development, is increasing. About 2 billion has been invested in the registered industries in Tano district. The Domestic and Small Industries Development Committee has invested 1.89 billion in the industries registered in Tano. Out of this, 702.896 million rupees has been invested in industry and 1.192 billion in commerce. 91.6 million rupees for manufacturing industries, 277.773 million for agriculture and forestry, 43.40 million for tourism industry, and 208.12 million for service industries have been invested. 3,515 new industries have been added in the district in the last 1 year. The highest number of registered industries is in agriculture and forestry. With the increase in the attraction of youth into agriculture and animal husbandry, the registration of agro-related industries has also increased.
After the news report, let us now talk about the affairs of corona expense in Nepal. We know that if there's no life, money is nothing. It feels really weird almost reporting the cost of testing when so many lives have been lost through corona. The way the world works, money apparently is very important, even when the millions of lives are fighting for life. The Nepali government has calculated the cost of testing for corona infection in Nepal. I do not know yet what will happen to the cost of vaccine and how many people will be given treatment and how many will die without treatment. The government says it has spent more than 3 arba so far on coronavirus PCR testing. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
The government says it has spent more than 3 arba so far on coronavirus PCR testing. At a press conference on Friday, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, spokesperson of the Ministry of Health, said that the government has so far spent 3 arba 18 crore 94 lakh 44,500 for PCR testing. So far, 5,79,899 PCR tests have been done, he said. Spokesperson Gautam also said that the government has spent 1,04,630 rupees to find an infected person. Spokesperson Gautam informed that it would cost 5,500 rupees only for the laboratory to conduct 1,000 PCR. This does not include the PPE set. He said that it would cost more to treat in the ICU.
को जम्मा टेस्ट 5,79,899 भएको छ र यसमा नेपाल सरकारको 5,500 रुपैयाँ खर्च हुन्छ र यो खर्च PPE बाहेक ल्याब टेस्टमा मात्र 3,18,94,44,500 खर्च भएको छ। यति पैसा खर्च गरिकन टेस्ट गर्दा जम्मा 30,483 जना व्यक्ति पोजिटिभ देखिनु भएको छ। यसबाट के बुझिन्छ भने एउटा टेस्ट पोजिटिभ भेट्नको लागि अहिले सरकारले एउटा व्यक्ति पोजिटिभ भेट्न 1,04,630 रुपैयाँ खर्च गरिरहेको छ।
Spokesperson Gautam informed that it would cost 450,000 rupees to keep a person in ICU for 30 days.
This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. Jomla, which produced 12,000 metric tons of apples last year, is expected to see a 50% decline in production this year. There is a shortage of chemical fertilizers used by farmers in Parbat. In Tanaw, the number of registered industries in agriculture and forestry has been increasing recently. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kishan.